what Bishop O. Oscar said after Pastor Kumuyi urged Nigerians to overlook the Muslim ticket. The Nigerian political analyst and senior pastor of City of Refuge Ministries International, Bishop Oscar Osai, has responded to Pastor W.F. Kumuyi's position to the trending Muslim APC ticket. This was disclosed in an interview with Arise News on YouTube a few hours ago. You will recall this media reported what the General Superintendent of the Deeper Christian Life Ministry, Pastor W.F. Kumuyi, recently said about the Muslim APC ticket a few days ago. According to Pastor Kumuyi, Nigerians should overlook the same faith ticket and embrace God's will for the country. He further said that they should stop fighting and attacking each other. They should allow God to take charge over the affairs of the country. However, Bishop O. Oscar, while commenting on this, said, I have heard what Pastor W.F. Kumuyi said about the same faith ticket in APC, but you should know that the majority of us are uncomfortable with the Muslim ticket. I have great respect for him, but where we are today in the church is 98% of Christians in Nigeria have come to a place that's saying, let that tomorrow be today. The bishop, while kicking against the same faith ticket, also said many internal dramas will unveil in times to come. Okay, so obviously, as this man has said, Pastor or Bishop O. Oscar, which is Oscar Osai, with respect to somebody, I guess you can say in the same industry. So he's just blatantly just disagreeing, to be honest. I mean, now this obviously has the question as to whether religious leaders, especially Christian leaders, should be involved in politics and should say these things. And I think now more than ever is when they should really be vocal. But then with somebody who, for example, Kumuyi, who, you'd say has a lot of members, is very much prominent. I mean, Deeper Life is not just any church. It is a well-known church in the country. And with the culture of worshipping GOs, there is no doubt to say the amount of influence that these GOs do have. As much as some may not want it to be a reality, it is. And so when you hear statements like this, knowing that his followers are just vulnerable to just literally believing and saying, yes, man of God, let's leave everything to God's will for Nigeria, overlook the ticket, and they take it as that and literally take it as if it's from the Bible, literally. There is a lot of problem with the Muslim ticket. I mean, again, if you're going to reduce choosing a vote down to identity politics, it is going to be a problem. And this is where you are igniting potential violence, hate crimes, and further division amongst Nigerians, which is just unnecessary and not needed. So you cannot say overlook it. I think for a lot of people, because personally, how I see it is, if your political party is offering a Muslim ticket and you don't agree with it, just don't vote for them. It's as simple as that. But now, you can't just say don't vote for them. I mean, again, it's your choice. Don't vote for what you don't want. Again, it's not a must. But then you also have a very much large population who are in support of Tinubu and of APC and want to vote, right? And so in the same way you'd want to try convince that your candidate is better, is the same way you're going to be like to whoever is supporting APC and Tinubu, and you're saying, you know what, don't you see the damage this same faith ticket can cause? It is going to cause a very big problem. And now it's like looking at Buhari's administration and seeing what has happened over the years in terms of their responses to attacks, identity-based attacks in the north, in the southeast, even in the southwest, it's because it even got to that level. And you see the responses and you see the intentionality and be like, excuse me, you are definitely in the country. You cannot say you're not aware of what is going on. It seems as though they set the foundation and the stage for then the APC to then walk in, well, if they do, in the next elections and just, as Nigerians would say, finish work. Because in the state that the country is, especially with the whole sort of Nnamdi Kanu, with secessionists rising. I mean, it was a point where literally I almost thought that the country was going to separate. I mean, there have been intense movements that have just been based on identity and separation of the country. And that has arisen out of hate, and literally the government, due to their negligence and and unresponsiveness, just not catering and paying wise attention and good attention to security issues that are literally based on identity. And then you now have situations where you have your government negotiating and rehabilitating terrorists. So now it's you see where the problem is. And so now if you have an administration, the ruling party, that has solidified such a foundation, and you want the same ruling party to bring in same faith ticket as under the guise of, wasn't it the VP of or the vice presidential candidate of the APC talking about the defense of his religion and protecting it? And I'm like, who said your religion was under attack? So the point is, it is a very dangerous ticket, and I think for a pastor like Kumuyi, who is a Christian, sort of saying to Overlook is a problem. And I think the whole peace movement of Christians, which is obviously part of what they are and what they represent, but it doesn't mean they should not be able to speak up. And when they speak up like this, it's literally for other Christians to come and correct it, because again, it is going to be truly problematic for a GO in a country that, in a country that the Christian religion worships its GOs. For you to say a comment like that is a lot. Pastor Kumuyi, you in person can overlook, but for us, we cannot overlook. Kumuyi is ethnically biased and centrist. He has lost his touch with God. Pretender, he's directly, or I guess in this case, indirectly supporting Tinubu. Has Kumuyi been bought over, sell out at the highest level? And I think this is where, for some people, they're just like, what? We understand the point and the necessity that comes with religious leaders, Christian leaders speaking at very, as very needed moments. But sometimes it's just like, don't just be involved, because it's just not going to look good. And this situation has just proven it. The man of God we are looking up to for the protection of the faith has become one we are praying for, to see and understand that the faith is directly under attack. If Pastor Kumuyi is not bold enough to defend his faith, I think it would be better for him to remain silent. As I said, just don't even be involved. It's already a problem, because really, which religion would you say is under attack? Because now you've got the VP, Shatima, he made a statement alluding to the fact that he wanted to protect his religion, defend his religion. And it's like, so which religion is actually under attack? But now, heading into conversations like that literally makes us go into oppression Olympics. Which religion is more attacked? Which tribe is more attacked? Which has been unfair? Again, it gets to that point, and then you start to compare tribes to one another, and indirectly you're devaluing one when you're trying to make your argument. It will cause problems. And it's, again, we should not base our votes on identity politics. But then, as they say, it is a game of numbers, and where the numbers lie, especially in the north, it is a game of identity politics and numbers. And for some, unfortunately, for some, fortunately, they go together. Put what you think in the comment section below about this, and don't forget to like and subscribe.